See me. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, it says preview. Bruv, come on, go live. Assalamu guys, my bad, my apologies. Once again, I thought it says preview, but it was live. Assalamu alaikum. This is Quran podcast, and I'm gonna use the first few moments to explain what's going on. As a lot of times I take the first 5 minutes to introduce everyone and to have a good chat about hello, hi, where are you from, this and that. If you're watching me live, it would help if you give me a nice assalamu alaikum and where you're from and what you're doing. I'm going to quickly check everything else. It looks like the mic is working, the camera is working, and it looks like we are live everywhere, and it looks like the 4 people watching us live so far, and we're going to get the rest of them here very, very soon. For those of you live on YouTube, can you comment? Yeah, looks like you guys are commenting. I don't know why I'm not seeing the comments. This is very strange. Ali, I can see your comment. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome everyone. So for those of you live on TikTok, we're doing a Quran podcast. This is weekly Quran podcast live on YouTube. If you go to my YouTube, there we go. I can see your comments, guys. Those of you on YouTube, I can now see your comments. Ahlan wa sahlan. So we will be learning, inshallah ta'ala, something very, very interesting today. And this is part of series that we've been doing. We call it Quran podcast, weekly Quran podcast. So here is what happened. Thank you very much for those of you throwing in gifts and this and that and that and this. May Allah bless you all. So a quick review, inshallah, and then we will get into the lesson. At the end of 2022, I quickly searched the word Quran podcast on YouTube and realized there was nothing on YouTube. Not only that, I have a very huge fan base, about 300,000 people altogether, on all different social media platforms. So 300,000 people, that's almost 250,000. And I really wanted to do something for you guys regularly. I wanted to be able to serve you guys, do something for you. I get questions, I get asked all the time, so I wanted to help you guys. For those of you who want to learn Quran, I wanted to help you in a way. So I started what we call our weekly podcast. So guys, once again, for those of you live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube. Just put my username on YouTube. There's a better view there. Okay? So I said to myself, you know what? I wanted to do a free session every week anyway, so let's just use this as an opportunity. No one is doing Quran podcast. Let's do a Quran podcast, and Bismillah, we start. Alhamdulillah, we started, and we're very happy. So where we are, I'm just going to do a quick recap, and we start. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Someone is from Sydney. What time is it in Sydney, Australia? Ahlan wa sahlan. We have people from Pakistan, India. We have someone from Bangladesh. Guys, it would really help if you hit the like and share button. If you can hit the like and share button, and also confirm if my audio good enough. So I started off by telling you guys that for you to learn Quran in 2023, and this is the beginning for you, you need to master a few things. Yeah. So quick recap, inshallah ta'ala, and then we get into the lesson. Today we are going to be learning very specifically Qaedah and Tajweed. Okay? And this is part of 7 tips that I gave you guys in the past. 7 steps. Okay. Also, as you guys are sharing this video, I'm going to do myself a quick favor and share the link of this stream real quick. Yeah? So for those of you on TikTok, go ahead, join me on YouTube. You can see screen better. You'll be able to have the full classroom experience, sort of say. There we go. We post this. We're live, and we're live everywhere. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Bismillah, let's start. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما. So, focus with me here, inshallah. We started off by touching on this topic, how to start learning Quran in 2023. This topic is specific for people who never learned before, people who never started to learn Quran before, or you've been learning on your own, but now you want to take it to a serious level. Why? Because Ramadan is around the corner. Ramadan is roughly 60 days away. Am I right, guys? I hope I am. So Ramadan is not that far. And I realize, you know what, a lot of people want to master Quran by Ramadan so they can read it, so they can at least finish one entire Quran in the month of Ramadan, and I hope you guys do. So I thought, you know what, let's start this weekly podcast and help everyone, help them to recite Quran, inshallah ta'ala, professionally, inshallah. So we started off by touching on these, what we call 7 steps. 7 steps. Can someone remind me, what was step number 1? Yalla, this is your test, guys. Can someone remind me of these 7 steps? Chalo. For those of you who ask me a lot of questions all the time, come on, let's see. Step number 1. How do we start learning Quran? What's the first thing we have to know or we have to consider? We call this in Arabic niyyah. An-niyyah, which is the intention. And so you start with why. You start off by understanding why is it that you learn Quran? Why Quran is important? Why Quran is necessary? What will happen if I read Quran regularly? Why is it important that as a Muslim I learn to read Quran, and why should I be reading it regularly? People who don't understand this, they go on and they read a lot, they memorize, and then they leave. Guys, I know people who were blessed, gifted with the entire Quran. They learned, they memorized an entire Quran. Guess what happened then? One day they stopped reading. They said, I done it because my parents told me. See the problem? See the problem there? So start by having a right intention. And then you have to find a good teacher. The idea of that I'm going to learn Quran from a specific app, from a specific channel, YouTube channel. Well done, Ali. I can see the comment, well done. The idea that I can learn Quran through AI. The idea that I can, someone said tafsir. Thanks for sharing, guys. Thanks for sharing. Keep sharing. Thank you very much. The idea that I can learn Quran just by, just going to do something and learn it on my own. No, find a teacher. And this is the quickest way for you to master or learn anything. If you want to learn, master anything, teacher. Find a teacher. Find a good teacher. You know, I have an idea, guys, for those of you on TikTok. If I do this and I show you my screen, would that be better? I don't know. I'm going to need a slightly bigger stand, but... Okay. Can you guys see that better, or is this one better? So you guys trying to do a customer service for our TikTok viewers. Look at that. Is this better, or was it better before? I wanted to have it like this, but you know what, let's go back to iPad. I think it's much better. Chalo. Let's just focus on the iPad. Alright, my bad. Sorry guys, sorry. Everyone will get a refund. Everyone who's not happy will get a refund, okay? You can apply for a refund. Okay, so you start off by finding a good teacher for yourself. Next, well done. What's number 3? Well done. I think Halima there. You have to discover yourself. You need to know what's your learning style. You need to understand this. If you don't know your learning style, you can spend years and years trying to learn from a teacher, and you don't really understand the teacher. I know his style of teaching is very different from your style of learning. People who don't discover themselves, discover the way they learn, they can spend years. Guys, I know people spend £9,000 every year in a university, £12,000 a year, and they don't learn. £12,000 higher education, and people don't learn. Yesterday I was speaking to a few brothers, one of them was a lawyer, and I was saying that when I was in university twice, listen to this, when I was in university twice, 2/3 of the class was doing something in the class they shouldn't be doing. They were on their phones, they were on their laptop, they were doing something they shouldn't be doing. Including some of the students were watching movies in the class. Can you imagine that? Why? Go on, question is why? Why would you be paying so much money and doing this in the class? Exactly. Because you're not really engaging, you're not learning. Maybe you don't value, I don't know, but it's like there's something certainly wrong there. There's some said no dedication. Sometimes I certainly don't learn just by sitting in lectures. So a lot of people, sometimes people don't learn by sitting in a lecture. They should go find a different way of learning. Yeah? You need to find a different way of learning. This is very important. Step number four, you have to find a system. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about system, and then in the system we have what we call Qaedah, Tajweed, and then Hifz. Oops, supposed to be showing you. Alright, Qaedah, Tajweed, Hifz. Okay? Only 7 likes, guys. This is violation. For those of you watching me live on YouTube, I want each one of you to hit the like button. Guys, we're going to stop the lesson. I need to see enough likes. You guys hate me and watching me at the same time. For those of you on TikTok, tune in to our live YouTube stream. It'll be better. You can see a full screen like this. Much better. So we're going to touch upon these 3 things. You know, this phone is right on the edge. It can fall anytime. Well, it's not gonna. Okay. So shall we talk about it, guys? Yeah? Bismillah. We're going to talk about system. Bismillah. So, what do you mean? Let me just clock this. Okay. So, what do you mean by a system? I explained this last week, and I'm going to explain this even more. I don't know why it turned yellow, guys. I thought I turned it white. Trying to protect my eyes. Bismillah. Have a look at this. A system, we used to call it Tahfeez in the past. Tahfeez. And I want to talk about Tahfeez, and I want to talk about a recent talk that I just heard from Sheikh Hamza Yusuf about the AI. Beautiful. I see a lot of people using AI to do different things and taking it very lightly, which is fine. Something we all can do, yeah? But sometimes we don't understand the disadvantages or the danger of technology, and because we're taking it so lightly, it's considered something okay, it's considered something fine. Yeah. So even a dangerous thing can be taken very lightly sometimes because whatever. So I want to talk to you guys about this system called Tahfeez. I want to explain to you how people actually, what does it really take? And I'm sure each one of you who's watching this stream, well, most of you would want to memorize Quran, right? So, in the past, if people want to memorize Quran, they go to something called Tahfeez, or call it Madrasa. So what is it? What does it do? A Tahfeez is a place that people go to if they want to memorize, if they want to do Hifz of Al-Quran. This is very interesting. Hifz is memorization of Quran. In the past, when I was learning in the Tahfeez, yes, everyone, regardless of their learning needs, requirement, would go in Tahfeez and come out as Hafz al-Quran. I'm joking, no. Not everyone was able to memorize Quran, but it was a place where you would go to memorize Quran. Now teachers are more understanding in a sense that they know that not everyone is going to finish an entire Quran. But I'll tell you something, guys. Even if you don't get to finish an entire Quran, you should send your kids to Tahfeez. Why? Because even if they don't get to memorize an entire Quran, let's say the circle is an entire Quran, you will be utilizing their energy, their brain in something good. So some people are only going to learn few surahs of Quran. Some people are going to learn more than that. Some people are going to finish an entire Quran. Again, Tahfeez. People assume that if I go to Tahfeez, it means I will memorize an entire Quran. I have to. Not everyone who memorizes an entire Quran have to become a Quran teacher. Okay? So let's break it down. Everyone should go to Tahfeez. Everyone should aim to memorize an entire Quran. Will everyone be able to? No. Can everyone do it? No. Okay? Next. Everyone who memorizes Quran or ends up memorizing an entire Quran, do they have to become a Quran teacher? No. The answer is no. Now, if we understand this, Someone is saying it's more difficult for adults to memorize Quran. This concept, you know, the age of, call this the age of excuses. People love making excuses nowadays. And so, in the age of excuses, when everyone can make an excuse, everyone can be late to a school, everyone have an excuse why they failed, everyone have an excuse that why they didn't do well in school, everyone, you can just make an excuse about anything and everything. People have excuses like, my memory is weak, yeah, and something like, I'm old. And sometimes people say, I'm a man, my mind is busy with so many things. All of these excuses just to say that I don't want to go to Tahfeez. And the truth is, regardless of all these excuses, everyone in the past went to Tahfeez. Everyone. Yeah? Remember, we are Ummah of Quran. We are Ummah al-Muhammadiyah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all the Sahaba, they used to go learn. Not everyone was a scholar, but they had a mission in their life. Abdurrahman ibn Auf radiallahu anhu was teaching about him, a Sahabi. Khalid ibn al-Walid is a great example. He only memorized few surahs of Quran. And his biggest regret, as he says that he couldn't give enough time to Quran. Not everyone have to finish, but everyone should be. Unless you're doing something noble. I don't know. Something noble like swiping on Instagram all day long, watching football. I mean, what is noble? Unless you're doing something extremely important. Your parents aren't unwell, you have to look after them, you have to cook, you have to work, you have to help in the house, you have to. Yeah? There is no excuse like, what on earth are you going to do if you're not dedicating your time for Quran, to learn Quran? I don't understand this. But again, we live in an age of excuses. Everyone have an excuse, everyone can make an excuse, everyone can have an excuse that is considered acceptable. So even people who have all the excuses, they still used to go madrasa and sit. Including troublemakers, including all sort of people. Guys, I taught in a tahfeez of 45 kids. Naughty kids. Yeah? Naughty kids. They come. Kids who misbehave, kids who have issues, kids who have ADHD, you can name it. They all sit in a madrasa and I have to do my best to teach them. Yeah? So this is a lifestyle that people lived with in the past. Now, alhamdulillah, this thing still exists. A lot of parents, a lot of people still send their kids to madrasa. We call it now madrasa, yeah? I don't know, different places, different names. Now, we have madrasa now, here in the UK, madrasas, and the concept of madrasa is slightly different. And I want you to understand because there is a shift. Tahfeez in the past used to be something that you go to memorize Quran only. Quran only. So if we go back, maybe year 2000, Quran only. Strictly Quran, some teachers would not teach you anything but Quran in madrasa. My teacher was different. My teacher used to teach us talk about all different things, all sort of interesting. But generally, Tahfeez al-Quran, you go there to memorize Quran, no one talks, and some teachers would consider it disrespectful to Quran to talk about anything. And you go for 2-3 hours and all you're doing is you're memorizing Quran. Yeah? And you only get up from your place for things like water or toilet if it's necessary. You don't just get up, wander around unnecessarily. Yeah, this is Quran. This is Book of Allah. What are you doing? You're not here to mess about. And kids took that very seriously. You can go to school and mess about and have football and do this and do that. If you go madrasa, no. If you go to madrasa, it's a serious place. It's Quran. It's in a masjid. Yeah? Now, from 2000, from the time when I was in a madrasa, now things have changed. And I'm not talking about a specific country. I'm talking about my personal experience, guys. So it used to be a strictly Quran hifz center. Now, madrasa is teaching us everything else because kids here in the UK, in different parts of the world, don't have an opportunity and chance to learn to learn their religion. So we have an issue. I was teaching in a madrasa And the head teacher told me, can we please speak to these kids about obeying their parents, being nice to their parents, about salah, about praying. Why? Because no one tells them. No one tells them. So we have a great problem. If we focus on Quran only in the madrasa, which is the green thing here, then the kid will be filled with so many other red things that we'll have to deal with. And I had to face this, guys. When I was teaching in one of the madrasas, most of my students in the class, they were raised by a single parent. Most kids, they were picked up and dropped by their family members. Their parents, both parents, they cannot drop them to madrasa. They cannot pick them from madrasa. So now the concept of Tahfeez is changing to a madrasa. It's becoming more of an Islamic center where we're teaching kids not just Quran, we're teaching them all sort of things. And so what happened is that slowly, rather than teaching them green thing only, which is Quran, now we have to teach them a little bit of deen. I don't know why I'm coloring purple. I'm just trying to add visual effects to this. And now we have to teach them about akhlaq. Which is Quran, guys, by the way, which is Quran anyway. But now we have to take our time out to teach these things in a simplified manner. Are you guys with me? In a very simplified manner. So, now the concept of madrasa is no longer just Quran, it's all sort of thing. Now, you guys are looking for a teacher who can teach you Quran straight away, who can get your child to memorize Quran. I don't think it works in 2023. Or it's a good idea unless you're doing all other things. So if you have children, and alhamdulillah, some of my students are like that, and I've seen parents who do that, they take care of all the other colors. Some of my students, their parents are even sending them to madrasa, and then they add 1 or 2 classes on a side so they can make good progress in Quran. Now, because madrasas are focusing on so many other things, like teaching them akhlaq, teaching them deen, teaching them how to pray, how to treat your parents, how to do this, how to do that, now they're less focused on Quran. There's nothing wrong about that. People who come to me, especially on social media, say, I want to get my child to memorize Quran. 9 times out of 10, they don't understand what it means to memorize the entire Quran. They just have like this idea. Memorize Quran, yeah, Hafiz banega, yaar, Hafiz banega, yeah. It's not that simple nowadays. Especially in the age where parents are giving children their phones, buying them phones. You think you're going to give your child a phone and I can make him memorize Quran? Yeah? Seriously. The kid is watching Netflix, watching YouTube all the time, and now you want me to make him memorize Quran in the same memory? No. So it's a holistic idea. So when we say a system, you need a place, you need a tahfeez, you need a concept by which you need a standard that you can utilize to memorize Quran. Yeah? It's not one thing. It's an entire concept. And the students that I am teaching hifz right now, I was teaching one student hifz a few years back. The family had certain issues, family issues. And the child had to stop learning because of the family issues. So the environment have an impact. You can't just take a child and send him to madrasa or give him a good teacher, or Ustaz Hamza, and he's going to become a hafiz al-Quran. No, it doesn't work like that. So I want to talk more about this system because a lot of time people misunderstand. Although today I want to teach Qaedah and Tajweed, I want to establish a very strong base for you guys to understand. What does it take before you learn Qaedah and Tajweed? What does it really take for someone to become a person of Quran, inshallah? And the hadith says, the Prophet ﷺ said that Ahlul Quran, Ahlullahi wa khasa. The people of Quran are the people of special people of Allah. Khas, special, VIP. So if you want to be among those people, you got to understand, inshallah ta'ala, that what does it take for someone to become a person of Quran? 1998, roughly, 1998. My parents, they became practicing. My parents realized that there's a purpose to life. My parents realized that the purpose of life is not just earning and spending, raising kids. Purpose of life is bigger than that. And they realized that they are being sent to this world to do da'wah. Call it tabligh. Yeah? They're here for a purpose. And they realized that they need to raise me and my sister in a way that we can, inshallah ta'ala, grow one day to become muballighin, to spread this Islam. Huh? Life is serious. And so my dad and my mom decided that they want to make me a hafiz. Why? Because becoming a hafiz of Quran is a beginning. And then I can learn other things. And as a kid, when people used to ask me, what do you want to be? I used to say to them, I want to be a alim. I want to be a scholar. I don't know what it means. Yeah? But rather than saying silly things, or I want to be a Pink Panther, I used to say something that my parents taught me. I want to become a alim. Now for you to become a alim, a scholar of Islam, you have to memorize Quran. I'm not going to say this now. Someone is going to find this clip and cut it and they say this guy is an idiot. You don't have to memorize the entire Quran, but it's one of the steps. Yeah? Even in the past, memorizing Quran, memorizing ahadith, these are steps so you can become an alim, a scholar. Because you need to quote a lot of things. So my parents said, we're going to make you a hafiz of Quran, inshallah. And I was very motivated because I said, why? Why? They said, well, so you can become an Imam. I said, I want to be an Imam of Masjid Nabi. They said, yeah, you can be Imam of Masjid Nabi. I said, yeah, I want to be Imam, yeah. So I used to wear this kambal, kambal, the blanket, and I used to lead namaz in the house. No one used to pray behind me, but I like the idea. I hope my audio is good enough. Let me bring the mic closer. So like the idea. And I'm walking around the house acting like an Imam. Acting like I can read anything in the Quran. But I don't. Barely know Surah Al-Fatiha. Then my parents realized, you know what? For us to achieve this goal, we have a big shaitan in the house. We have a big shaitan in the house. And the shaitan was this TV box. Right in the corner, I remember it. In the bedroom, right next to the window, in the corner, there was this small box. Ugly box. Ugly box. Fat box. Shaitan box. Shaitan box. And my mom and dad realized, as long as my eyes are glued to this shaitan box, I ain't memorizing Quran. I ain't going nowhere. And they were right. So they got this idea from Sudani uncle. Sudani uncle. Let me talk to you guys about Sudani uncle. Sudani uncle was an uncle from Sudan. Simple. He said to my dad, I wanted to teach my kids Quran, so I got rid of the shaitan box. My parents said, good idea. Let's get rid of it. And they got rid of the shaitan box. And I remember, till this day, the shaitan box was sitting on a stand. There was like a metal stand in the corner like this. And we were trying to break it. And me and my sister, we were trying to hang on and break it. We were like, yeah, get rid of shaitan box. Ugly shaitan, out. Motivation is the key. For those of you who are asking questions and then complaining today is hard to do this, that, focus. कमेंट ही कर रहे हो, फिर लर्न क्या करोगे? अरे पहले कुछ सीख लो, पढ़ लो, फिर कमेंट शमेंट करते रहना फजूल में. क्वेश्चन भेज रहे हैं. Q&A at the end, by the way. Pay attention, guys. So we got rid of this shaitan box. And I'm so grateful my parents do that. You know what parents say nowadays? Oh, we have to get them a phone. You think when I went to school, social pressure, there was more social pressure, me growing up, than what parents are facing nowadays. Nowadays, the social pressure, what? It's a phone? There's all these material things, isn't it? Back in the days, there were real things. Guys, I used to go Madrasa, Tahfeez, 5 to 7 every day. And I look outside the window, these kids are playing football outside. Every day, every single day. And we used to dream of a day when we go and the teacher doesn't turn up so we can play for those 3 hours. We can chill. And the teacher would come every single day. We would dream of that day. It was so fun when he didn't turn up. But there were real challenges. You're telling me, oh, I don't want my child to to be on the phone. I take the phone away from me, khalas, you ended the problem. Absolutely hate it when parents have phones and they have password and kids know the password. Alright, let me stay in my lane. I leave those topics to counselors, inshallah ta'ala, to talk about. Plenty of counselors, mashallah. May Allah bless you all. Someone saying, yes, my guy. I'm telling you. Nowadays, we have all these fake issues. Me growing up, I don't have toys. I don't have football. I want football. Literally, the football itself. And my parents are not buying me a football. Why? Because they think I'm going to win. No, I'm going to lose it. We used to play on the chat, on the roof, and then it's going to fall. The football is going to fall. And then, when I say a roof, guys, it's like a, on top of a building, you have a roof, like with walls. I'm not saying you're playing it on on the roofs, like roofs here in the UK. And the ball drops, parents would say, you're not going to look after it, you're going to lose it. Those are real issues. What's the issue now? Screen. Just take the screen away, you end the problem. Anyway. So we got rid of the shaitan box. A very good decision. Yeah? Guys, to my dad, and I still hear his voice in my head. May Allah bless him, may Allah protect him, may Allah give him good health, long health, Ameen. I still hear, he used to say, Bas pade mein. He used to come from work and he used to see us lying on a sofa or on bed and doing something and not doing something. He used to say, Bas pade mein. It's just like you come in a house and you take your clothes and you just chuck them somewhere. He's like, just like that, you just lying somewhere, like a waste, like you're not doing anything. He want to see us doing things. He want to see us doing something useful, something noble, something big. So he didn't used to like us just lying around doing nothing. And so we got rid of the shaitan box in the house, and my parents got me on this journey to memorize Quran. It took my parents 6 years roughly to find the right system because they had no idea what the system is. So before my parents can take me to a Tahfeez where I can memorize Quran, finally with the right teacher who I can stay with for years and years and go through the entire journey, they had to struggle. They took me to Bengali Appa, Saida Appa. Then they took me to Siraj Appa. Then they took me to Qari Abdul Rahman, Qari Abdullah. I used to like Qari Abdullah because he was a bit more softer. And all these years trying different teachers, not working, then I went to Tahfeez, masjid. So rather than going to a teacher in their house and learning, I went to masjid. I go to masjid, one masjid to another, found the right masjid, teacher keep changing, the teacher is changing, this good teacher is gone, now we have a teacher, is he good, is he not? 6 to 7 years. You see guys, a lot of you think, some of you think, if I find the right teacher online, if I find the right YouTube video, I'm going to learn it in a year. It's not about that sometimes. It's about, before you get something big, before Allah gives you something big, in life, He will test you. He will see if you really deserve it. And wallahi, wait a second. Let me just block this hayawan. Into hayawan. Sorry guys. I hope no one understood that. Someone was trying to comment something, so let's continue. So you think that you can just memorize Quran by finding a right teacher, by finding the right software, good teacher, online teacher. It's not about tricks, it's not about tips, it's not about it's about perseverance, it's about sacrifice. You telling me Quran, the greatest thing, words of Allah, you can just memorize them because you find a good teacher, because you have money and you're going to spend money. No. Almost all my students, their number one struggle is themselves. It's not even money. Because I teach students, sometimes there's different categories. Sometimes the student pay a lot more, sometimes students pay less, sometimes they don't pay anything. I do weekly free class in a masjid. It's not about money. The biggest struggle for people who are learning Quran, who are trying to learn Quran, is themselves. They don't have perseverance, they don't have motivation, they have too many things to do. They have phones in their pockets. Big problem, shaitan. shaitan in the pocket with you all the time. You think you're going to memorize the Quran like that? You can't. So back to Tahfeez, the concept of Tahfeez. Nowadays it has turned into a madrasa where we have to deal with a lot of issues. As a Quran teacher, to all the Quran teachers out there who are struggling teaching in a madrasa, Allahu Akbar, may Allah reward you. There's a huge reward for teachers. Angels make dua for them. Not even angels. The hadith says even al-hut fil bahr, even the whale, the small animals, all of these animals making dua for you because you're doing such a noble thing. You guys with me? So the biggest, so talking about the system again, Tahfeez, you will find the right system, but you have to be someone, inshallah ta'ala, one day you will find a system. You have to be someone who have a lot of patience, someone who can go for years and years and sit with the teacher and learn. Anyway, this is one of the reasons why we can't just focus on hifz in 2023. Now you see, today I wanted to talk to you guys about mastering Quran and Qaedah. So what I'm going to do, last 20 minutes of this podcast, I want to utilize this to teach you guys, inshallah ta'ala, Surah Al-Kahf. And believe me when I say this, I understand that some of you are very serious and some of you really want to go on this journey and learn Quran. I'm here to help you. So today we are going to look at these verses, inshallah ta'ala. And I really want to teach you these verses by focusing on two main things. One is Qaedah, one is Tajweed. Now, I talked about Qaedah and I talked about Tajweed last week. Someone literally asking me, is this free lesson? Nope. You have to pay £200 in the comments right now. So let's continue. I'll be teaching you verse number 8 and 9 today. And I want to teach you, inshallah ta'ala, this with a lot of Tajweed rules. And I need your attention. I need your focus. And I will be answering some of your questions after I finish teaching you this. Remember, guys, if you can be regular with this every week, mashallah, you're starting somewhere. Look, I don't look down on people who are wasting their time, checking their phones constantly, jumping from one YouTube channel to another YouTube channel, from one teacher to another. At least you're trying, mashallah. Yeah, and it matters. If you're constantly trying, if you're trying your best, inshallah, one day you will get there. Inshallah. So let's read verse number 8 and 9 together, and let me teach you some important rules here. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I like people like Saba Shah here, educating others about the podcast. Guys, a lot of people are new here, so if you tell them what we're doing here, how we're doing it, what time we're doing it, it will help. Thank you. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإنا لجاعلون ما عليها صعيدا جرزا أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا. For you to be able to recite this verse like the way I read it, it takes years and years to master this. Yeah? Now, I know some of you are looking for a quick solution. If I do this, if I can learn this, if I can join this. So I'm going to show you what you need to do. First, you need to know how we spell each one of these words. So if I were to look at this verse here, how many words can I see inside this verse? Let's see. 1, 2. People who are asking a lot of questions. I expect you to interact and answer faster than others. People who ask me too many questions, you gotta send me some money first. You gotta pay for your questions. Alright. Ask someone to send me £200 in the comment box, and they literally write 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6 words here. Anyone who answered other than 6, you need to stand up for 2 minutes and then you can sit down. Let your legs hurt you a little bit. It's good for you. Now, if I look at these 6 words, I need to know how to spell them. I need to know why I'm reading them the way I'm reading them. Please pay attention. This word is وَإِنَّ. You need to know why are you reading as وَإِنَّ. Why are you reading as وَإِنَّ? So let me explain. That's قاعدة first, yeah? In قاعدة, قواعد, rules, you learn something, and that is واو فتحة wa. This letter is واو. This letter is Hamza. This letter is Noon. This letter is Alif. How many letters all together in this word? Quickly. Answer fast, guys. It's too long to answer. What's going on? Feels like I ask a question, then you go, you boil eggs, and you come back. I mean, just answer. Very good. 4. I see 4. Anyone who answer other than 4, stand up, please. Stand up. You know, when I used to teach in a class, I used to keep asking quizzes until the whole class stands up. And if someone is too good, I'll ask him something really personal that he would have no clue of, and then I'll tell him to stand up too. For those of you not standing up, I'm watching you. You think I can't see you. 4 words. I see 4 words. Okay, anyone who said 5, you can sit down, because that's actually true. If anyone said 5 letters in this word, then you're right as well. If you said 5. Now don't comment and say, Ustad, you circled lam as well. I know I did. Good, I wanted you to answer it wrong so you can stand up. Soft people. Wa inna. Now focus on this. Wow, Hamza, Noon, Alif. When we read this word, we don't say wow, Hamza, Noon, Alif. You don't do that. If I ask you to read this, you're not going to say W-A-I-N-N-A. No, you're going to read it. So how are we reading this? Well, you learn rules of spelling. Here's a rule. Wow with the fatha is wa. Any letter with the fatha on top makes it into a sound. Anything with the kasra turns into a e sound. Why you guys are not sharing this stream? Why not sharing this? Any letter with the fatha makes the a sound. Any letter with the kasra is a e sound. MashaAllah, well done YouTube. You guys are sharing this stream. Very, very good. Very good people. I feel like doing extra time for you guys today. I feel like doing a giveaway. I feel like doing a giveaway. I want to give away my plant there at the back. Can you guys see the plant? Got some new plants. That's the plant. Oh, the balloon. I need to hide it. Astaghfirullah. Wa inna. Focus on the lesson now. No comments about the balloon. I can block you guys. Someone is saying can't speak Arabic. يا حبيبي اقعد هنا أنا أعلمك عربي. اقعد. واو فتحة واء همزة كسرة إي. ميم فتحة ماء عين فتحة عاء. That's a rule that you learn. One of the rules of Qaedah is that anything with the fatha makes the a sound. Wa. Hamza kasra e. Wa, e. Join them. Wa, e. Why are we joining them? Well, because we're trying to read the word. Huh? You don't learn to say each and every letter and for the sake of it. You say, then put them together. Wa, waw, fatha, wa. Hamza kasra e. Wa, e. Together, wa, e. Wa, e. Hamza is not on its own here. Hamza is read with noon. Noon with the shadda. We don't read this on its own. Let's try to remember the rules. I'm going to pull up the rules on the screen here. Yeah? Can you guys excuse me for 2 seconds? No? Okay. In these 2 seconds, I want each one of you who's standing to sit down and really reflect on why you're standing up. Feel a little bit bad. Yeah? And try to behave next time. I don't want to hear Ustad, but I was behaving. You don't think I know what you're doing? Huh? Always. Talking. Alright, bas karo talking. Okay. Have a look at this. Bismillah. How many rules can you see here? I don't know, I'm using both of my eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Rule number 9. Rule number 9 in Qaedah says that a letter with the shadda means there are two letters. The first letter here. What letter has a shadda here? Quickly, what letter here has a shadda, the W thing on top? Which letter has it? We call it noon. Yeah? We call it noon. If you don't know, that's fine. Don't feel embarrassed. This is noon. And this is a shadda on top. Now, when a letter has a shadda on top, it means you read noon twice. First time you read it as a silent letter, and the second time you're going to read it as an active letter. I color them both with different colors. First time you're going to read noon with the shadda, next time you're going to read noon with the fatha. But what is shadda? Shadda is telling us read the letter twice. First time as a silent letter, second time. Okay, rule number 5 in Qaedah says, when you read a silent letter, don't read it on its own. Read it with an active letter. MashaAllah. You guys are very well behaved. So now we must read the silent letter with an active letter. Try to understand this rule. Rule number 5. Always read a silent letter with an active letter. Do not leave the silent letter on its own. You know, sometimes you have friends who don't like to talk too much. And sometimes you have friends who don't talk at all. Imagine you take one of these friends to a party. Astaghfirullah. Which party? Gathering. If you leave them alone, they're not going to talk. So you have to go with them. Take them everywhere. Huh? Talk behalf of them. Introduce them. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shanila. She is 5 foot long. She have 2 eyes. Shanila, pick her hand. Shake hand. Now Shanila is saying Assalamu alaikum. Now Shanila is going to feel like, oh, I can do that myself. Now Shanila is going to talk. Good. Now Shanila was silent and you were active. Okay? Anyway, is there Shanila watching this? We do apologize if there's any Shanila here. Noon with the Hamza. In. Once again, remember we said Hamza, any letter with the kasra, you read it as E. Any letter with the shadda, you read it as N. You read it as a silent letter. So here's what happens. E with the N sound. Now look at noon. I'm not reading this noon here with the shadda. I'm not reading as na, ni, nu. Silent letter is a N sound. Silent lam is a L sound. Silent meen is a M sound. It's not the a, I, u sound. It's the sound other than these 3 sounds. So E with the noon is in. Look at the silent noon. In. Now we read 3 letters together. What? In. Now I'm going to read noon with the fatha. Here's an issue. Alif that I see after is a silent letter. So back to Shanina example. You have to be active behalf of ha. Now let's forget Shanila. Go back. Now you gotta read noon with alif. Noon fatha with alif sukun na. You take an active letter and you read it with the silent letter. You take an active letter and you read it with the silent letter. Wa inna. Wa inna. Okay? Hussein is saying good attendance. Hussein, can you quickly look who left the class? I want to have a word with them later. Whoever left the class early, I'm going to have a word with them later. Thank you. Now, why are we saying na? Why are we stretching? Well, because this alif here, which is a silent letter, is a stretching letter. Let's go back to the rules. Rule number 6 says, then when a letter with the fatha comes with alif, you stretch it. When a letter with the kasra comes with an empty ya, you stretch it. A letter with the dhamma comes with empty waw, you stretch it. For those of you who are a bit overwhelmed, that's fine. Rub your forehead a little bit. Wa inna. Noon fatha alif sukun na. Wa inna. Wa inna. I'm slightly offended. Someone said on TikTok, this is very helpful. Do you know someone else who can teach me? So you're finding my lesson helpful, but you want to learn from someone else. All right. Let's continue. I mean, I don't get it. Sometimes people are like, oh, I like your classes. Do you know anyone who teach like this? Ah, wow. Am I supposed to sit all day along and look for someone who teaches like me and then tell you guys about it? What's going on? What's going on, guys? Let me read the question. Okay. Someone is saying, sorry, I mean, do you teach a woman also? If I say yes, someone is gonna cut the clip and make it into a viral video. Haram Quran teacher. Alright, I'll explain in a second, guys. Now, we go back here. What I taught you guys here, wa inna, I taught you how to spell. Yeah, I taught you how to spell this. Now, if you're going to read this and you're going to say wa inna, you see the sound you're doing? We call this Tajweed. If you read this word without doing the it's still accurate. Wa inna, still alright. But the sound here is called ghunna. We learned this in Tajweed. So, for those of you who are asking, I can even teach your cat. How can I teach you? Very simple. You click the link in my bio. So for those of you who are live on YouTube, you probably have to click the link in the description. You click the link in my bio. First of all, I want to invite you all to correct your Surah Al-Fatiha. A lot of you read Surah Al-Fatiha wrong. Don't make me catch you one day reading Fatiha wrong. I'm going to say to you, read it in front of everyone. And I'm going to correct you in front of everyone. Don't let me do that. So you take this Fatiha course and you correct your Surah Al-Fatiha. It's absolutely free. If they charge you any money, I'll refund you. Next, if you're interested in learning with me, then you go and explore this. You click this and we have 3 different programs. Once you click the second button, yeah, do this. Like, yeah. Make sure there's no hairball in your throat. Now you watch this video. After you do, after you watch this video, you make this sound. You scroll down. You have 3 different programs. And if you're someone like me, you're not going to read. You're not going to read any of this. You're going to find a button so you can message me and then ask me all the questions that are answered here. Don't be like me. Please, don't be like me. 300,000 followers, subscribers is hard. Please, read through this. But if you look at this and you say, which one should I do? Then you ask this teacher. No, you don't ask him. He's teaching me. He's busy. What do? You watch this video. But before you watch this video, you do again. You do. And after you watch the video, you do. Yeah? And then you read through these comments. These Q&As. These questions. Alright? MashaAllah. Guys, I want to thank you, for attending this live stream. And I always have a level of respect for those who are sitting here learning Quran. Today is Saturday. You guys can be doing all sort of... I'm sure you guys don't do silly things on Saturday. But you guys can be doing so many different things, but you took time out to learn Quran. So the person who learns Quran, the Prophet Muhammad said, the best among you are the ones who learn Quran and teach it to others. So if you're taking time out to learn Quran, it shows that you are someone special. It shows that you are someone who want to learn Book of Allah, and I have respect for people like that. I hope that light is not bothering you now. Alright. Q&A. Let's do quick Q&A. I'm normally doing this while I'm standing, but today I chose to do this while I'm sitting down. Okay. Can I eat in the class? Only Rayhan can eat in the class. If Hussein, if you see anyone else eating, send them to the back of the class. I'll deal with them later. No one else is allowed to eat in the class. Only Rayhan. Rayhan, mashallah. Very good. كيف تعلمت العربية؟ لأني ولدت في المدينة. أنا ولدت في المدينة وعشت في المدينة فتعلمت العربية. ما تعلمتها يعني how do they say نسخت علي. It's like as if it's wiped on me because I was born there. What hour do you go live? 9 a.m. once a week. This podcast, we've been doing it regularly every Saturday, live every Saturday. We started it live on Friday. Then everyone else who didn't attend said, oh, I have work. Why? You did this to me. Then I said, all right, let's do it every Saturday. So now I do every Saturday. Now everyone who can't do Saturday, they say, why are you doing this to me? So I have to wrong someone, right? I have to have someone who is not happy. So yes, we have a lot of unhappy customers. Right, let's go to a question here from YouTube. I'm live on YouTube, by the way. You get to see, I got this Sony camera. You can literally see count my hair, my beard here. Well, TikTok I look much clearer. Yeah, come over to YouTube. But anyway, you can do it later. Ustad, I want to learn qira'at. Where to start? You start from here. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. You start right here. Copy it. Now copy it now. Don't say, oh, I need to do wudu. No. Start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. The person who asked about the qira'ah, I'm going to teach them qira'ah right now. Are you guys practicing? أعوذ. Deeper voice. أعوذ. No. أعوذ. أعوذ. No. أعوذ. Like as if you're talking, like trying to scare someone. That level. أعوذ بالله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. You want to learn this, yeah? Okay. If you want to learn this, then find someone who does this and then copy them. I don't say, Ustad, I want to learn it from you. I don't teach this. No. I don't want to teach this. Unless you know the entire Quran, then we can talk then, yeah? Then I can send you to someone else. Find a good reciter and imitate. That's it. Oh, but Ustad, but I don't... No, you don't need to see. Here and copy. That's it. All right. Let's go to a question from TikTok. I'm trying to memorize. Just finished Surah Al-Hashr today, but it's taking too long to move on. Saba, you might be doing something wrong there. Look, it could be you can be doing something wrong there. If you're struggling with hifz, it could be that you're using a wrong strategy to memorize. Without elaborating on this, I have a hifz program that I want to start. I'm going to put together a list of videos that I think are going to be very helpful for someone who wants to memorize Quran. First of all, you need to make sure that whatever you're memorizing, you're keeping it. I don't care if if you have to read something 100 times to memorize it. If you're not looking after it, you're going to lose it. So we have to talk about revision there. Sabah? After that, maybe the way you're memorizing, yeah? It's not strategic. For example, if I tell myself that I'm going to look at that canvas there at the back. Oh, there's a candle in front of it. Who did that? All right, that canvas there. There's this one. If I say to you, you're going to look at this blue canvas once for 1 minute, and then I want you to draw everything you saw. Now you're going to look at it purposefully, right? You're going to look properly. I say to you, you're You're going to do that, and if you do that very well, you can win 50, 100, 200 pounds, depending on how well. Now you're going to pay a lot of attention. Oh, it's about money, yeah. You see, sometimes you open the Quran, you're reading, you're just reading it as many times as you can. No, there have to be a strategy there. I'm going to read this much time and I'm going to test myself. Even there can be strategy that can be used. Hifz students, I only have very small amount of students that I teach Hifz. Contact me for further information. May Allah bless you all. But wait for my Hifz program. Take a question from YouTube. YouTube. Scroll all the way down now. Why? Okay. Ustaz, I want to learn Qira. Okay, that done. What to do if I cannot recite a difficult word fluently? Please do advise. Learn how is it spelled. If you learn the spelling behind each and every word, you don't have to do each and every word. You have to do that with most of the words. Spelling is a way that you process. Spelling is a way of processing a word in your mind, justifying it. I'm reading it like this because of this. I'm reading it like that because of this. If you do that with a lot of words in the Quran, your brain automatically, as soon as they look at the word, it can scan it and it can say, read it like this. Yeah? An example. You know when you look at the signs outside when you're driving a car, you don't have to spend a lot of time to understand the signs, right? You just look at them and you know. Now there's some signs that people don't bother. The one interesting one, the bus lane. So here in the UK we have a lane for buses, but then the sign says bus lane, from 7 to 9 and from 3 to 4. What the sign is trying to say, this is bus lane, do not go in this lane, morning 7 to 9, evening 3 to 4. People don't read it. People don't want to read it. People don't want to process it. So what I did, I start reading it. Every time I see a bus sign, I start processing it, trying to bother, like, oh, let me think what it means. Let me ask. Yeah? Now, everyone will be lined up in the other line, and I can just use the bus lane. Because others are not. So you got to be bothered about Qaedah. Right, let's take a question from TikTok. I want to learn Arabic so bad. Okay, find Arabic teacher. Please, how can you maintain your breath when reading? Take a deep breath. I realized swimming helped. Swimming helped me. Yeah. علمنا اللغة الإنجليزية. طيب يا أبويا أنا أبوك، يعني أنا جالس هنا مدرس إنجليزي، ليش أعلمك إنجليزية؟ وش تبغى تسوي؟ تبغى تفهم أفلام ولا عياذ بالله؟ تبغى تفهم أغاني؟ استغفر الله. ليش؟ يعني أنا أتشكك فيك الحين. أيوة، ليش تبغى تتعلم إنجليزية؟ وش تبغى تقرأ نيوز بيبر؟ كل النيوز بيبر هذه تلقاها بالعربي. ليش؟ يعني ليش أنت تبغى تتعلم إنجليزية في حصة القرآن؟ I'm gonna make sure this person regrets this question. تعال يا ولد، جاوبني الحين. انت الحين تبغى تتعلم انجليزية واحنا نعلم قرآن. شو الكلام هذا؟ Alright. Want to ask the difference between. I'm trying to take different questions from different people, but sometimes all of you have got this like white profile picture and they all look the same. Alright. Mahnur is asking, wanted to ask the difference between who and who in Arabic, like in Ayah 2 of Surah Al-Mi'raj, Ma'arij, lahu, there is at the end is elongated sound, okay, of ha with dhamma, and the Ayah 7 the same. Okay, shall we do this one real quick? Surah Al-Ma'arij. I want to answer this question because the sister asked a very specific question. It looks like she is not a time waster. Whoa, it's going to take me long to get to Surah Al-Ma'arij. Okay, I got there. There we go. Wow, I scrolled through the whole Quran to find this. Right. lahu, ha, she's saying, ha in verse number 2, ha. للكافرين ليس له دافع. For those of you on TikTok, listen. له دافع. And then she's saying verse number 7. ونراه قريب. There's a clear difference. There's a small wow in front of the ha. له دافع. There is no stretching letter in front of this ha. There is no actual wow. There's no small wow. So that's why we say ونراه. Because there's no stretching letter, we're not stretching ha in verse number 7. Let's see. Someone is saying, are you hafiz? Yes, I am. Do you guys want to test me? Do you guys really want to put me to test? Really want to put me to test? I don't mind. Don't want to show off though. Alright. We're going to end the Q&A session with the last few questions. How do you prevent this from happening? Ustad, I have been memorizing Quran for 2 years and scared that I'm going to forget it. How do you prevent this from happening? Stop being scared. Stop being scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Only fear Allah. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. If this advice is not helping, then you got to wrap yourself with a blanket and then read Quran anyway. So maybe you're afraid, but you read it anyway. Yes, I try after Fajr listening. Okay, we'll deal with that. Okay, where are you from, Aki? The YouTube is live. Live is way behind. Yeah, sometimes there's a slight delay. Can you recite verse number 26 from Surah An-Nur? No. I have an entire Quran recorded on my YouTube. Why should I recite this verse right now? When this is a Q&A session? Why? When are you starting Hifz course or something close? Inshallah. Before Ramadan, inshallah. Oh, okay. My bad. Okay, I don't know the number of verses. I didn't say I know number of verses. I didn't say test me like that. Or if you give me the beginning of the verse, I'll finish it to you. Okay, give me the beginning of any verse. Yalla, I'll close this. I only got this page open on the iPad, yeah? Give me beginning of any verse, I'll end it for you, and I'll tell you where the location of that verse. Someone is asking, yeah, guys, my sessions are online group sessions in the class. It's open for brothers and sisters and cats, and no dogs allowed. Yeah, they're open. Even open for babies. So my online program, anyone can join them. My sister have really many questions regarding Quran learning. Please guide her. She can drop the questions in the comment box. Yeah. Appreciate you replying about the difficult word. Thanks from Japan. Wait. We got someone from Japan. Send me the brand new Nissan. Any Arabic children program to watch with English subtitles? Yes! You watch this show every day and you're asking Madrasa TV show. Ustad, hope you teach Arabic language. No, I don't hope that. Tajweed online, do you teach? Yes, online programs are open for everyone, inshallah. Ustad, is UK good for Muslims to live? I'll leave that to people who lived in different places around the world and who can answer you better. They can answer you. Thank you. If you ask me personally, I don't know the entire UK. I mean, you see my home, this room is in the UK. It feels fine. It's quite green. If you're asking me to compare this to Medina, I like Medina. Who wouldn't like Medina? Ali is testing me. Ali, you doubt me. Ya qawmi innama hadhihi al-haya. Ali is asking me to complete. يا قوم إنما هذه الحياة الدنيا متاع وإن الآخرة هي دار القرار من عمل سيئة فلا يجزى إلا مثلها ومن عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فأولئك يدخلون الجنة يرزقون فيها بغير حساب. Next page, وَيَا قَوْمِ مَالِي. This is Surah Ghafir. And the ayah that you asked is on page number... is the 5th page of Surah Ghafir. Is the 5th page of Surah Ghafir. And where I stopped, on the next page, there should be a star, and we're starting the next half of the juz. If I'm wrong, I'll give you my car keys, Ali. Hey! Oh, where is this question here? Test me. Khatama. Alright, I'm trying to read this English verse written in English. Khamata. كمثل الشيطان إذ قال. Oh my God. I'm really glad that Quran is not written in English. Wallahi. كمثل الشيطان إذ قال للإنسان كفر. I'll complete that. فلما كفر قال إني بريء منك إني أخاف الله رب العالمين فكان عاقبتهما أنهما في النار خالدين فيها. This is Surah Al-Hashr. This is Surah Al-Hashr. Which page? This is page number 3. Page number 3. So the Surah Al-Hashr starts with a half page, then there's a full page, and then there's a full page. That's a page number 3. And on the next page, the surah ends. Send me some money. I answered it right. Dish, 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 dish. In some countries, yeah? When people get happy, they shoot dish, dish, like in the sky. What a silly thing to do. What a silly thing to do. Alright. Let's see. Was I right, by the way? For those of you who asked the question. Yalla. No, it wasn't from Surah An-Nur. How do you remember the page? I'm going to end this this podcast by answering this question. Someone is asking me, how do you remember the page of Quran? Because I do. Wallahi thumma wallahi, I don't know how much of our memories that we are going to be losing because of this technology. I'm going to make a YouTube video about Sheikh Hamza Yusuf and what he said about the AI. Very, very interesting talk. Most people had no idea. I had to literally find a 2-hour clip and then find his talk. I'm going to make teach what he said in a simplified manner. You see, when I was memorizing Quran, my parents got rid of the shaitan box. And that is because when your mind is busy with so many things, it can't focus and learn something. I think it's simple, guys. If you're looking at so many things, how will you be able to focus on one thing? You won't be able to, right? Now you see, we're live on YouTube. This is the camera, but I keep looking here because I've got TikTok streaming live. When I was memorizing Quran, we had very less technology. We had a computer, and we used to watch CDs like cartoons or whatever movie again and again, the same ones. You can't just have new ones. And I'm really happy my parents limited it. It was very limited. I won't say it's good. I would say I wish my parents never even had that. Maybe at that time I would have thought, oh, my parents are so strict, but it's all shaitan. You know, subhanAllah, just give you an example. You watch an entire movie and then there is one thing bad in a movie. Isn't it true you just end up remembering that and you forget everything else? So how would you trust yourself when you throw yourself on internet? Which, by the way, I know this is Quran session. Let me just close the Quran here. 1/4 quarter of searches on Google, on the internet, not Google, on the internet, is people searching for bad things. So with this filth that we're living in, with this technology, someone say, oh, can I memorize Quran? Yeah, if you're willing to sacrifice. You don't need a phone. You don't need phone. You don't need social media apps all the time. You don't need these things. Wallahi. They pollute your mind. And Sheikh Hamza Yusuf made a very interesting comment right toward the end of the talk, which I'm going to make a video about. So he said, what do we call this? See, English is not my first language. You know what you use to, like, if you can't walk, the doctor will give you these things that you can hold yourself on. What do we call them? What is it called? It's called... Come on, guys. You guys taking so long. Why? Is everyone's first language something other than English? Something that you put your body weight on and then you walk. It's like a stick. Crutches. Thank you, Bob. Crutches. Technology is like crutches. Yeah? At the moment, we have so many crutches. Yeah? Or call it Zimmer framer. Yeah? We have so many of these crutches now that we don't rely on ourselves. We don't rely on our memory. We don't rely on anything. It's so dangerous. And if you do that, I don't know if you can even memorize Quran. I wanted to make a video about an app called Tafeez. And I was discussing this. I don't have enough information yet, but I was discussing with people who used it. And I was telling them, can you really memorize Quran using an app like that? How will you? Because you know, when I look into Quran on my phone, it's not helpful. It doesn't help my memory memorize or learn. For example, if I look at this page in Quran, random page, this page is on the left side. It's not on the right side. I can look at any random page from Quran, like look, I can just swipe, and this page, رَبَّنَا آمَنَّا بِمَا أَنزَلْتَ. Yeah? This is the page on the right side, not the left side. Having a physical Quran and looking at it and touching it, scrolling your finger through it, you know, this is Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. This is what my parents forced me to live with. Alhamdulillah. Now with all this technology, this app, this YouTube channel, this, I don't know if your brain can even memorize now. I really hope you do, but what you need to do is that, look, it's very simple. You need to get rid of these crutches, yeah? You're relying on phone to remind you, you rely on this. Get a diary. If you are serious about memorizing Quran in 2023, if you want to start avoiding technology as much as you can. And when you use it, don't multitask. Wallahi, I am realizing that how much of a Dumbo I'm becoming because of this technology. Wallahi. Look, I'll have something and tell me if this is true. I know that I need to check my phone because I need to check my calendar, yeah? Because of something. I'll go on my phone and as soon as I get there, there's a notification there on my call. So I'm just going to quickly notification. There's a notification on my text message. I only text message something serious, so I'm going to check that. My Dumbo friend, astaghfirullah al-ali al-azim, I told him 3 times that I need something done by this time on this day. He's asking me what time. There we go. Wallahi, I even said to him yesterday, I spoke to him on Wednesday, messaged him, he can even check the messages. I spoke to him after Jummah yesterday. I said to him, look, at this time I'm going to come and pick it. And now he's asking me what time. Really hope he's not watching this. You see the problem? And now I haven't checked the calendar. I haven't checked the calendar and what I wanted to check. So I'm realizing that I'm becoming a Dumbo with this technology. Wallahi, literally the word Dumbo. I'm not using my brain how am I supposed to. I'm not relying on my brain. Literally on crutches, like I have this watch, because it was free. I find it really annoying when it gives me a notification about message. Yeah, I just want to look at the time. I don't want to look at who messaged me. I don't want to look at it. That's why I have it off. And I have this habit of keeping my data off. So Wi-Fi and data off all the time. I turn it on to do something, then I turn it off. So I only have to charge phone once or twice, although I create a lot of content constantly, all the time. Anything interesting, create content. So I have to be more in control of how much I use. But alhamdulillah, I would need to charge this phone once a day. Sometimes, twice if I'm streaming live using the phone. But we are literally turning into Dumbos with this technology. And a last thing, and we end. Yesterday in a Tafsir class, the teacher, may Allah bless him, he was saying, if you want to live a happier life, if you want to be more happier, get rid of the phone. And wallahi, he is right. Just try this. I know it's going to feel very awkward. Get rid of your phone for a few days, or get rid of the apps. I mean, I'm going to say this, and you're going to say, oh, but I have this, I have that. Don't use it. Yeah, get rid of social media for a few days. Social media. Yeah. And if your WhatsApp is all about sending videos, pictures, then avoid that as well. Look how much better your life will become, inshallah. May Allah bless you all. We'll see you, inshallah. You put it on no disturb mode. No, forget mode, man. It's like, if I turn the data and Wi-Fi off on my phone, people are only going to either text me or call me. Khalas. I don't need to change it to this mode, that mode. Data, Wi-Fi off. No internet. Huh?